Hello everyone. Like we mentioned in our last video, we have absolutely loved living in Oceanside, California. But when we sailed for our first time to Catalina Island, there was definitely a seed that was planted. And we could not get out of our heads how amazing it would be to sail around the world. So organically, we kept talking about it. And before we knew it, we started really manifesting it. We started working more, we stopped going out, we really cut back on extra expenditure. And then we started looking at sailboats. We mostly used Yacht World, and we kept finding countless boats in San Diego, but there was always something off about each boat. And then about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive north of where we lived, we stepped onto her, and we both had the same feeling, this feeling of sureness. So here's some clips of our first visit to meet Alivo. Here we are, boat shopping. Upon first glance, oh my God, I was obsessed.
This was exactly the type of boat we were looking for. It was a blue water cruiser and very sturdy, had been around the world once already.
Connor had the brilliant idea of flying the drone to look at the top of the boat to get a view of the mast, because can't quite glance up there, but with the drone we could get some good footage of how everything looked from that view. Look at all this space. All right, so here's a quick walkthrough through the boat. This is an incredible shower that we have. Our first head here in the aft cabin, and lots of space and lots of storage back there too. And it is fully connected to the aft cabin, which right now you can tell someone was living on there. Beautiful light through the skylights, and really cool that there's just so much storage everywhere. And it just looks so fresh and so beautiful. I love all the wood. And then we have this nice little walkway, where we call it, it's our little garage slash tool area. This is where Connor's tool is. He's already making himself right at home. He really liked that electrical panel there. Everything looked really good. New generator, new things, all upgraded. It was so great to have our friend Brad giving us an extra pair of eyes to kind of look at the boat. So yeah, this is our galley. Super amazing. Look at all this storage in here. There's a fridge here, and then there's like a freezer in another compartment. Love the chalkboard. It takes me a little bit to figure out how to open that, but I finally get it. I'm way more smooth at opening it now. But yeah, it has a little microwave. We were thinking about upgrading to like a little oven instead, but great space for some pots and pans and all the things. Got the stove that's on a gimbal, nice 2 compartment stove, and underneath that is actually more space. So I didn't quite get all those things out of the way yet, but I did look under there. Lots of great dry storage. And then look at this salon, little area to work on, and it all is just so beautiful.
We have this awesome little diesel heater for when we end up in Alaska or somewhere cold.
You never know. We may go somewhere cold, so I get very cold, so I would like to stay warm.
Here's the forward head, so it's awesome we have two.
And then this room, yeah, definitely the V-berth does not look very inviting, but there was actually a tarp over on top of the skylight, so that's why it looks so dark in there. Lo and behold, that was a leak in there. This is where our freezer is. So once again, another compartment with great storage. Super amazing to have all this storage. That was a big bonus. This is a kind of a view the other direction. Love the boys being hard at work, tinkering away in every nook and cranny, making sure everything is perfect. All right, and now for a tour of the deck.
So one of my favorite parts about this boat is that it is a center cockpit, which is ideal for blue water cruising.
And I really like that there's a little step back there because you can do box jumps. Also hung a TRX strap from the boom. And I love that it's really accessible to walk along to the bow of the boat. So much space here to do more fitness, more yoga, and of course my favorite spot right there to look at dolphins. So after our initial glance at the boat, we went to our favorite beach in Carlsbad to discuss what we thought about it. So we brewed some tea and I asked some questions for Connor. It's piping hot. Watch your lips, mate. What are you looking forward to in our sailing adventure?
I think in reality, just mostly getting away from it all. Just not having a schedule or a job to go to the next day or the next week even, just kind of being free and being able to soak in the moment more rather than always rushing through everything.
So after having a very thorough conversation on the beach and days of discussing it, we decided to go forth and set our survey. So the next few clips, you're gonna see of our sea trial that we get to meet the previous owner and get to go through the ins and outs with the previous owner and our surveyor. A lot kind of happening today. We're doing our survey. We got Jim taking notes. They just started the engine. Checking the generator now. Started right up. So the previous owner, Jason, was super amazing. He answered all our questions, and then we took it to get it hauled out. All right, gonna go haul this bad boy out. This is our surveyor, Jim. He did a very thorough investigation of our boat, making sure there was no soft spots. Jason gonna show us how to turn this bad boy around. So Connor used to have a 30-foot Catalina. So this 50-foot boat is quite a big difference. So it was nice to have Jason there teaching us how to navigate it. Apparently, no left turns, just right turns. Wait, was it left turns or right turns? Connor, which way was it? The reason I said this was because the previous owner definitely told us that navigating this boat was a little bit challenging and that right turns were preferable. What we discovered though after our survey, I originally thought it was maybe just because we didn't have a bow thruster, but the hydraulic ram was disconnected, aka our steering mechanism wasn't quite intact. So after our survey, Connor went to work and fix this up, and hopefully it all will go better. We'll let you know once we take her out. So I know Connor has done this before, but this is the first time I've seen a boat being hauled out. This is a 40,000-pound boat, so it was a little scary to watch it come up on land like this. Thank goodness, everything went really smooth. So at first glance, we love the full long keel. It's supposed to be the sturdiest keel you could have. You can see that Connor kind of playing with the rudder here. Our surveyor Jim pointed out that the rudder should not be loose like this, which led us to investigate the steering issue. So here's Connor inspecting the prop, making sure it's straight. And furthermore, we got Jim checking for any soft spots or any delamination.
This is all the water, right? Down here in the skinny part, it doesn't displace shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as it gets bigger, it displaces more and more. So it's good.
So that was the previous owner discussing the shape of the boat and the benefits of it.
Oh, look it. There's a creature. Yeah. He's like, let me back in the water. A little crab, like, let me back in. I like it here.
I don't know why they would let me do this already on day one, but here we are. So the boys were up at the bow. They were testing the windlass for the anchor. So I was in charge, and thankfully all went well. This is where we ended up taking the boat out and just enjoying a beautiful day on the water. We didn't get that much wind, but it was a great test day to see how the sails and just how she flows with the wind. Once we got back, Jim wrote up a ton of notes all about the boat, and we ended up getting a 12-page report. The whole boat was completely annihilated. Everything was upside down because we literally lift up every little nook and cranny, tried to see and inspect everything we could possibly think of. We're just contemplating our life choices here over a nice little chicken in Connor's van. Date night. So after our romantic dinner in the back of Connor's van, contemplating our life choices, the next few days we would kind of contemplate this. So my car was getting worked out, so I got this fancy ride my mom let me borrow. And we headed off to the beach to go surf and just kind of get back to the things about the ocean that really call for us. So we went to one of my favorite surf spots in Encinitas. We both are super excited to start going to warmer waters and not have to put these 4 degrees on again. So stay tuned to find out if we become the new owners of this beautiful boat that we just looked at.